The hair is like turning the pages on a new chapter in life. I've been growing my hair for 2.5 years, and it's been a journey. Everybody starts doing something for a reason. A lot of times we get into the routine of maintaining things, putting our efforts into things that aren't really that important, or things that we probably can do without. Within hip hop, you can be accepted as a weirdo or somebody that's just different, an oddball, or an outcast. You have a home here in hip hop. You know, it's a lot of different genres where you can be yourself, you can be somebody else. You can take a carbon copy of somebody's style and use it as your own, but flip it. With the hair, I felt I could do what I wanted, you know, try different styles, and a certain period where it was just like short and I liked it like that. I wish it would stay like that. Over time, the hair kinda, it gets repetitive and you get tired of it. You run out of ideas of things to do with it. My thoughts was clouded, you know, with just having that bush of hair on top of my head. You know, a lot of people need to have something to identify themselves by. If can't nobody identify you, then you really don't exist. Shedding, you know, old relationships and bad friendships and bad mistakes. Change, you know, it's all a part of the glow up. You can't stop. You can't let your past decisions or anything you do define who you are. I just left the barbershop. Shouts out to Dre, hooking me up. Said, you know, forget it, you know. Try something new, take a risk. And I was feeling like people was looking at me as a threat when I'm just in public or shopping, want to meet new friends and get acquainted with people. Like, I don't want people to feel threatened by me. It's bad enough. I mean, it's not bad enough, but as a black male, people do feel threatened sometimes. You know, it's this stigma. They think you're gonna rob them or beat them over their head with something. It's like, black people got good hearts and we got good intentions. I'm from the hood, but I don't have to carry myself that way. I have to go get the fade one time. It's the new life of a Blammer. Shouts out to Winning Season for blessing me with one of they new spring pieces. What's going on, Blammers? Welcome back to the kitchen, and you're now cooking with Hagerty. Yeah. So it's the Mars OG 1 year anniversary, 420. So we're in the kitchen and we're gonna be whipping up some leftover tacos. So we're going to be working with some simple ingredients. I reheated the meat and some rice on the side in the microwave. A little mozzarella. Gonna be a quick, you know, put together taco. Have an old avocado that was left for mush in the refrigerator. So we may be in for a surprise once we crack that open. So we're going to assemble these tacos because I'm hungry. It's lunchtime. Pretty much just want to, you know, spoon some meat inside of your shell. Pack it to, you know, your liking. I warmed up a little bit of extra meat, you know. It was the last in the pan, so I just warmed it up. Well, no point in wasting it or refrigerating it. So, you got it nice and scooped in there like so. So we got a knife, cut the toppings. I don't really have time to cut up no lettuce and all of that stuff. So I just sliced the tomato like so. Slip it down the side of the taco tortilla wall. And I do the same for my second taco. Pretty much just like keep it like a little slice. You feel me? And that's that. Now for this mushy avocado, we're gonna see, it's perfectly ripe. It's very soft. Perfect for your spreading of avocado toast. And with the avocado, I just pretty much just like cut it, you know, in slices. And then I pretty much just slide it on the opposite side of that taco center. I mean, people, you know, they do their toppings different. I don't really like diced tomatoes. It's cool. But while you biting it, the diced tomatoes sometimes fall all on the plate. You know, it's all on your preference. How you want to do it. Get it how you live. So next you just top it with some cheese. Whatever kind of cheese you like. Sharp, cheddar. This is a mozzarella. It really doesn't matter, you know. And there you have it. You could add some sour cream, some hot sauce. Take the lemon, have that on the side for flavoring, garnishing purposes. Cut safely. Don't cut yourself trying to be cooking with Hagerty, you know, gourmet style. Yeah, so we got the hot sauce. I like the red hot. It's pretty fire. You just, you know, ooze it on there. Drip some sauce. And running down to the last of my sour cream. But yeah, I just, you know, whatever's clever. Just drop it, a little dopplet, you know what I mean? Get all that up out of there. I'm not really a big sour cream person anyway. I only eat tacos on Tuesday. So there you have it, Blammers. That's our leftover tacos and Spanish rice right in front of your very eyes by yours truly. This is gonna need a cleanup on aisle 6 for the mess. I just want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy the recipes. Keep it in the kitchen. Thank you. You've been cooking with Hagerty. Bon appetit. So what's been going on, Blammers? Long time no see. I know a lot's been going on since we last got a chance to, you know, sit down face to face. It's been some sad times in Los Angeles, you know, for the past month or so. Since the passing of Nipsey Hussle, a lot of my friends and people I know is just like really been, you know, in low spirits, just not really motivated. And man, you know, it was a tragic incident, you know, that took place at the Marathon store on Crenshaw and Slauson. You know, for those that don't know, a little young, hating, you know, non-inspired being took the life, you know, of a educated businessman, entrepreneur, hip-hop musician whose career was just on the rise. Senseless violence, you know, took that man's life, and all his fans was devastated, the community. Alright, so y'all want to hear a few Nipsey Hussle stories? It's a lot of different things bro really contributed to, you know, this earth, so I have a few things I like to share. So yeah, I went to Crenshaw High, you know, 98 to 2002. So, I mean, you know, coming up through there, you know, you just hear different, you know, infamous hood stars. And we knew Nipsey as Thundercat. You know, he was known as Thundercat, you know, coming up back then from the 60s. And it was just, you know, a lot of different infamous guys, like I said, and cats you wanted to know and just be cool with. It was a different era back then, you know. Shit was really like turned up, and niggas was gambling and squabbling, you know what I mean, all kind of stuff. Robbing shit. A lot of people don't know that Nipsey Hussle inspired me to get out there and bring my music to the forefront and start pushing my mixtapes. Get out here and really do it from an independent businessman point of view, you know. back in 2010, 2011. Used to see Nipsey's posters up on Slauson and Overhill. They would say Slauson Boy. He had his picture, everything on there. I'm like, okay, bro getting out here, he not scared to get out here and do the footwork. So ever since then, that kind of just really like had me on my grind and just opened my eyes up to, that it's work to be done and I got to invest in myself. So it's just crazy how stuff worked out. Like, I started getting in the studio more and I was more so in like mixtape mode. So I like jack a beat and write my own verse to it, go record it. I was recording stuff on laptops, straight off the voice recorder, or I'll go to my people house and some of them might have microphones and computers set up. So I just took some of my writtens and go in there and lay it down. And then I stumbled across this Nipsey Hussle instrumental. And I'm like, okay. I knew him, from coming up in the city and kind of like making a name for himself. So I always like to jump on like, popular beats, or I jump on a lot of beats that people really wasn't up on, they haven't heard yet. So this particular beat, it was my first time hearing it, I think. And I heard his original song to it too. So I just, did my remix. It was an original song I wrote, and then ended up putting it on one of my albums, man. I'm not sure if it was on my debut album or not, which came out in 2012. So I had a copy of the thing, the first copy of the mixtape I was finna drop. I always ride to my music like months ahead of time before I even put it out. So I ended up seeing Nipsey Hussle on 47. I call him Nipsey Hussle like I'm a fan or something. I ended up seeing Nip, I'm saying? I'm a supporter, Let's get that straight. And I understand the game and the vision that he had, and I was soaking a lot of that stuff up. So I was more so a supporter and checked out a lot of his singles and stuff, So back to the story. I ended up seeing Nip on like 8th Ave or something at 48th Street in Los Angeles. He was pulled over by the police. And back then, people kind of knew him for driving in a SL 600, little convertible Benz. So I'm like, he hacked up right now. I was going to wait for the police to let him go. Then I was going to like pull up on the side of him or get out and introduce myself, see what's going on, see if you want to check out my new project. But I forgot to, I forgot that the CD that I was handing him, I had one of his songs remixed. I had the instrumental. I forgot that, like totally, while I was doing this. I totally forgot that. So I mobbed up, and he was still hacked up by the police, and he had his top down on the SL. So I walked up. I'm like, what's good, Nip? You cool? Just checking on him, pretending like I was just like a neighborhood, like, resident or some shit. Like, I'm coming all the way from South Central, the East Side, towards like Maine and Slauson, like, Crenshaw. And Nip was more so on Crenshaw Boulevard and stuff, Slauson. So, yeah, so he like, yeah, it's cool, they just running my paperwork. I'm like, okay, for sure. You mind if I set my CD right here, Nip? You know what I'm saying? Let you get a preview of it? He like, yeah, it's cool. Set it right there in the car. So I put my mixtape, a demo, the only copy that I had inside of the SL 600. And then I turn around, get ready to mob off. And then I look at the cops. I'm like, hey, that's a good dude, man. He inspiring, youngsters in the neighborhood and giving back, and preaching entrepreneurship. And they just shake their heads. And then Nip was like, it's cool, bro. They finna get me up out of here. So I'm like, okay. Nip must have already knew, that they didn't have nothing on him. He was always known for like getting hacked up by the police, little gun charges and little shit, like you could tell they was kind of like harassing bro, because he was doing positive stuff. So it dawned on me after I kind of like got back to my car, like, oh yeah, I had one of his instrumentals on my mixtape. I wonder how he gonna feel about that. Is he gonna feel offended, or is he gonna like, okay, bro, took my beat and kind of rolled off to it? I really don't know if he even listened to the CD or not. But so yeah, that was 2011. So November 2018, I was just ending off my day, coming down Slauson, passed by the Marathon store. I seen Nipsey and his crew out there, you know, they just chilling, you know, relaxing. It's a nice Sunday afternoon. So I'm like, you know, I was vlogging Life of a Blammer. So I'm like, let me go up in here, you know, see what's going on with Nip. Let him say a few encouraging words to the viewers, you know, preach some of that good game he be giving to y'all, and get reacquainted and see how I go from there. Give him a few flyers. So what I did, my crazy ass roll up in there all TMZ style with the damn camera on the tripod already rolling. So I pulls up, and then his boy Adam was right there, and he seen me first. And then the camera was already rolling, and he's just like, you know, no, not right now, bro. You know, don't turn the camera on right now. So I was like, okay. So I turned the camera off, and then as he's saying that, Nip look up for like 5-10 seconds and see me with the camera, and he like, nah, not right now with the camera, bro. You know. So then I flipped it off. I parked right there because I'm like, I'm finna, you know, introduce myself and try to get this whole little quick segment going and do it moving like that. So Nip kind of had like it registered, you know what I'm saying? This nigga, who is he? What's going on? I think I had the braids to the back with the Mars OG hat on. Mind you, you know, they Crips. They probably seen the red and probably, you know, throwing them off a little. Just talking out the window to him like, oh, what's going on, brother? You know what I'm saying? How you been doing? He was already escalating from 5 to 7 to 8 just from me how I pulled up with the camera. And so he was mainly saying like, you know, you got to ask permission, you know, when you pull up with the camera rolling, and shut it off and let's start over, you know what I'm saying? Delete the footage. So he like, yeah, delete the footage and, you know what I'm saying, let's start over. So I had just got the camera. I only had the camera for like a week and a half or so. So I just like, you know, just turn the camera off and have a quick conversation. So their main concern was, did I delete the footage or not? So I got the camera, I turned it on right there, you know, they standing right there by my driver's side window. It was Nip, Black, Sam, Adam, a couple of other little homies, you know, standing up there. And so I'm fumbling through the camera like, you know, is these niggas gonna sneak me through the window while I'm trying to delete this footage? And I had just got the camera, like I said, so I didn't really have all the functions, you know what I'm saying, down. I just knew record, and I knew all the functions, but right there in the heat of the moment, I had kind of like fumbled. So I had like 4 dudes right there by my window and shit, you know what I'm saying? Nip right there, so I put the camera down on the driver's seat, and I'm like, I started to talk to him, you know what I'm saying? And my car was still running. Nip reaches in the driver's side, cuts the car off, and then reaches over and like grabs the camera. So when he grabbed the camera, Black Sam took the camera out of Nip's hand, and then Black Sam was about to like, man, break the camera. He was like finna key my car with the camera. But you know what I'm saying? It was just a misunderstanding. And then Nip was like, no, don't do that. Nip talked his bro out of, you know what I'm saying, not destroying my new camera, expensive device, you know what I'm saying, we use here, Life of a Blammer. And man, I appreciate him for that. So they got the camera, and pretty much like he gave it to his boy to just delete the footage, you know. They went back and looked and see, you know what I'm saying, what it was about. So in the midst of that, we was chopping it up, you know. I'm like, you know, I'm Duece Hagerty from South Central, you know what I mean. I see you brothers documentary on World Star. I'm aware of who y'all is, you know what I'm saying. I came up in this area, and he like, okay, that's cool. We finna just look at the camera, see, you know what I'm saying, what all footage is on here, and we're gonna get you your camera, you know what I'm saying, don't trip. So during that process, I went and moved my car from right there, parked in front of the little Marathon spot or the cell phone shop, one of them. And then I parked and got out. So when I got out, Black Sam came out, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's good? I'm Black Sam, you know what I'm saying? He was kind of turned up. He's like, I'm Black Sam, you know what I'm saying? From Rolling 60 Crip. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, for sure. I'm Duece, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm Duece Hagerty. You know what I mean? It was like tension, you know what I'm saying? You could cut that shit with a knife. It was thick. So I'm like, yeah, I'm Duece Hagerty, you know what I mean? South Central, the East Side. And then as he's saying that, he brings over this other guy, which was like, you know what I'm saying, they henchman or just, you know what I mean, an enforcer or whatnot. So we have real firm handshakes, introduced eye to eye. And at this point, I don't know what's going to happen, you know what I mean? Am I going to get jumped in front of the marathon? You know what I mean? Like, me and my boys used to walk inside of that shopping center like all the time before anybody owned it. You know what I mean? It was just like kind of like vacant. Used to go up to Master Burgers. You know what I mean? With Shannon, the two Erics, my nigga Maurice, my nephew Dewey, my nigga Aaron. Shit, we used to be up in there high. You know what I mean? Like spaced out, trying to get some food. So yeah, at that point, you know what I mean, they was like, okay, cool. So I introduced myself again and got out the car. Like, cool, we're gonna bring you your camera, you know what I mean? It's cool. So Nip, he was kind of like out there still, but when I pulled up, he was, you know, taking pictures with some people, greeting some folks, and it was a little baby out there. So I guess the way I rolled up was kind of a little inappropriate, you know what I'm saying, for the time and period that was going on. So one of his guys ended up bringing the camera out, brought it to me in the whip, and we all shook hands, you know what I'm saying? There was no hard feelings, and, you know what I'm saying, let him know it's all respect, and ended it out like that. And Nipsey was a stand-up guy, man, you know, gave me my camera back on his property. He didn't have to do all that. It could have went a different direction. Just as men, you know, you just have to work it out and just have respect and, you know, understand its rules, you know, in the game. I told a few people that story in the past, you know, I never really went viral with it or went public, you know, but it was like, yeah, man, that was a crazy jam you got yourself into, man. Real sticky situation. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, when you out here, man. A lot of stuff gonna come your way. It's all on how you deal with it and, you know what I'm saying, like carry yourself in these streets, because you never know. It's unpredictable sometimes. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, man. The 22 EP out now, everywhere, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, Apple Music, Tidal. Y'all go check that out. That's my new CD. It's got 6 tracks on there. It's a, you know, a nice little EP for y'all to ride with, drive to work, you know, when you're in traffic, whatever. Check that out. Your boy Duece Hagerty. Put a little work into that. I know you're gonna enjoy it. A lot of smooth tracks on there. Some R&B, some rap, a little bit of Latin, Hasta, Pronto. Go get that. California Native 2, available on all streaming platforms. So y'all go grab that Tuesday. Yeah. Alright, y'all, I gotta punch in a few things on the laptop, so I'm gonna get out of here. I really appreciate y'all for kicking it with me. It's your boy Duece Hagerty, and this is Life of a Blammer. She ain't scared of the pipe. She can go all night. We ain't never gotta fight. All I need is a light. Welcome to South LA.
We on the east side.
Them niggas steady toting them canes.
They shooting.